What's up, guys? Just finished my morning walk this morning and probably will be doing something a little bit more physically demanding right after this episode. I wanted to talk to you guys about a few things, and I felt that it actually ties into two previous topics that we talked about. One of the early topics we talked about, I think it was episode 4, maybe I'm wrong, but it was about accepting small wins, like acknowledging yourself as you set off toward a huge goal. You know, acknowledge those small wins so you can keep going. And then one of the more recent episodes, we talked about if you want to improve yourself, whether it's your spirituality, your physicality, your business, finding a coach. But what if you want to become that better coach? You want to become that better leader, that better boss? Is there a particular strategy that I have found to be helpful? And there is. And that is to compliment instead of criticize. Well, what do you mean by that? I mean, how can you compliment bad behavior? And the trick is to compliment good behavior. And I have found that a lot of times in our leadership positions, we like to criticize our teammates, our team members. Don't do that. If you would have done this, did this better, blah, 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 blah. Well, people don't take that very favorably. Instead, compliment the good behavior. And I actually experimented with this strategy with my own son, Juju. And Juju's the kind of, like all boys, they just like to play rough, okay? They're constantly building and destroying. They're constantly moving around screaming. And in one of these episodes, when he's going around the house screaming, I was constantly telling him, stop doing that, Juju. Stop screaming. You're gonna get a spanking. Believe me, it's the last time. I'm gonna count to 3. And I just found that that was not working with him. Until at one point, he's actually literally taking a breath just so that he can fill up his lungs to prepare himself for the next scream. And in that limited amount of time, I seized the moment and told him, thank you, Juju, for being quiet. And he looked at me and said, you're welcome, Baba. And I was like, oh my God, that actually achieved my goal of stopping him from screaming by complimenting the inadvertent conduct of not screaming. It was not intentional. It's not like he meant to stop screaming. He was literally just wanting to fill up his lungs to continue screaming. But yet, people love compliments, and that's what I found. I found that he actually responded to the compliment so much better than the criticism. And so I was like, maybe there's a way to implement that in my business, because I constantly want to elevate the standard in my business. So I implemented something called the Most Impressive Award. And I do this award every single month, and there is a monetary accompaniment with this award. What I have found is that awarding, that particular staff member that's actually going above and beyond, I have found that it's elevating the standard of the entire staff, because everybody wants to be appreciated. Everybody wants to be recognized. Everybody wants to be complimented. And it's actually conduct changing, because people want to seek out that appreciation. But the strategy is simple. Compliment the good behavior, because inherent in that compliment is a critique and criticism of the bad behavior. And you can do this with your spouse. You can do this with your children, as I had mentioned. You can do this with really every scenario. But as leaders, we want to criticize. Hey, Juju and Jenna, what are y'all doing? Yeah, I'm outside. Wait. Thank y'all for waiting for me so I can finish this episode. Thank you for waiting. I'll be back in the house pretty soon. Thank you for waiting inside the house. All right, we'll see how that works. As always, God bless and take care.
This billboard you see behind me was put up by local attorney Ibrahim Awad, who claims his client was sexually assaulted by a Varnell police officer